Hey y'all, good morning. This is my first time hearing my own voice. Good morning. Okay.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, if you're okay, you're moving down.
Hello, happy Friday.
I had to run and get something today.
She said it's the last thing. Look, I'm over here putting my jewelry on.
Late.
You got into your sleeping beauty routine. That's all. I needed that bed. No, I definitely I got up a little later than I wanted to today, and I looked at the clock and I was like, if I do the workout, I'm gonna be rushing. But I could take time to pack my lunch, make myself some breakfast, eat breakfast at home, and get myself ready. So again, what was yesterday's? My awareness of my energy helps me prioritize my time. Okay.
Look, what we got time to do.
I've been what I think I should do, but it's like, okay, what can be done and what will make me feel my best? And I feel good, especially knowing I'm really trying to make sure I'm eating 3 meals a day. So this little oatmeal packet gonna do me real good.
Probably should make some.
It's a nice solid breakfast.
Yeah, job done.
Every time.
You can
Oh
see it's still doing the little freezy thing.
yeah.
I was looking over and it was like me doing like
My tongue out like, come on.
most disrespectful places.
YouTube is too grown to be acting this slow.
I mean,
They need to know better. Man. Well, Jada, today is day 5 of the Simplicity of Affirmations
uh,
for encouraging me to, really have like setting this up, but also just having you along the way with this challenge definitely made it a bit easier. I think sometimes that accountability, it's almost like it's a good peer pressure. The good peer pressure where it's like, okay, no, I can't be slipping. I know how to make sure I'm with someone, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's one thing. I think I had commented on a video of yours just talking about how I'm better when I'm in community with people. I'm better when I'm in connection with others. And sometimes as the independent child who was always good and could do stuff on her own, sometimes it's hard for me to just be like, oh, well, I can do it. But just because I can doesn't mean I have to do it that way. And especially just knowing that this feeling of working with you has been very helpful. So thank you for that.
that you don't have to feel bad about that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like even when you think about the concept of working a job and having coworkers, like it's none of us are working anywhere where there's only one person doing everything. And so I think that as often as I can, I like to be able to have spaces like that where we are doing the work together, even if it's different work, just because it really is so much more that you can get done. And but it's not feeling so bad or not being so hard on myself about it because support is human. It's a thing that we just sometimes we just need it. And I think that sometimes too, it's kind of like where I've been at lately, as it pertains to business, is sometimes there are some things that we aren't doing and changes that we're not making that would be to our benefit, that would help us to get some of the achievements and the goals that we are trying to reach. And having people who are going to help not only hold you accountable, but really like walk through it with you. I feel like that it shows you, it kind of like sets the tone for, okay, this is what it looks like to operate and function like an income producing content creator or like an income producing YouTuber. And that doesn't mean it's necessarily that you're supposed to go live every day, but it does show just like a certain level of intentionality and consistency that would help you to reach your goals, but also showing you that you're capable of doing it. Like it's not something that, I think that's maybe the biggest part of it all is showing yourself that I'm actually capable of doing this. Even though in my head I was like, oh, that's too much, or um, I can't create like that, or I can't create in a rhythm, or I don't have a system for myself, or whatever the things are that it would discourage you from just trying it. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we just kind of like did it on a whim. I was like, you know what, let's just do a challenge.
I think really just the whole thing with why I even want to share affirmations is it's like even in the process of me sharing affirmations, there's that community and connection piece with that. And I don't know, it's just that feeling of yes, even though, affirmation is something I may be about, being able to share it with others and being able to talk about it, it makes it even better and it impacts me even on a deeper level. So I don't know. It's just and I think this is something that we've talked about plenty of times. Challenges have been that piece of come on, okay, let's go, let's do it. And that's a good thing. And I think this really just has solidified like I don't have to run from that. And it doesn't negate any of the things that I can and can't do by still having to do a challenge with it or having to hold myself accountable to it. Because as long as it gets done, as long as I'm doing it, as long as I'm showing up for myself in the way that I want to, that's what matters at the end of the day. The how doesn't matter, it's the why. Mhm. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure to work on the thumbnail real quick. Trying to find a picture of us from the previous socially awkward hour. But
Oh yeah, I do have a picture.
the picture that I have on my phone, I don't know what happened with them. But
Oh, while you're go through, and I'm gonna go through and do like a review of our affirmations from yesterday. So, our affirmations for yesterday were, I didn't write down the perception, so you'll have to come back and speak to that if you can. So the affirmations were, I am multifaceted. I can do it all and still be whole. My awareness of my energy helps me prioritize my time. Time does not intimidate me. I honor it. And I find joy in the preparation. And so I remember one part of it was being willing to do what I need to do or what we need to do in order to accomplish like the things that we want, and being able to know that at any point in time things can pop off for you. And that's how I described it anyway. And at any point in time things can pop off. So it's best for you to stay the course because you just never know when your hard work is going to pay off. And then being multifaceted, we were talking about feeling like, I know to some extent it was trying to do it all, or trying to do everything that we think of, but it not being necessary to do everything that you think of at the same time. And also knowing what you are capable of knocking off that to-do list versus what you may not get to at that moment or on that day, and learning to be okay with it instead of being hard on ourselves. Because for one, like, we're human and everything's not going to always get accomplished. And even if we don't tick off every box, we're still moving in a good direction. We're still doing the work. And that's what matters the most. And so the affirmations were designed to remind us of those things, especially for me, time does not intimidate me. I honor it. And I feel like that one, and the awareness of my energy, I think that those 2 were maybe the ones that really got confirmed for me. And I thought yesterday about just like what I was capable of doing that day. And at the end of the day, I was proud of myself, even though there were certain things that I wanted to be able to get done. I I just knew that whatever it was that I had got done that day was what I needed to do for real. And there's still some things on my to-do list that I like really need to um prioritize over the weekend. And I think that, like, yeah, like, like, it's just that's just how it goes. Like, everything is not going to get done this week. So being okay with that, and even just like adjusting things as necessary. Um, that's something that I had to do. I got it. That's something that I had to do this weekend. I mean, this week as well. Just, looking at what I have and what is what would make me feel the best. That was how I kind of determined, what to do now versus what to go ahead and shift. And yeah, I think sometimes the only thing that I still wish is that it felt like I completed everything I wanted to, but it's like there's always an ongoing project. It's like it's always a tab open. And so I guess I just gotta be okay with that. Like, because when I complete something else, but I've already started something else like a week ago, or something that like comes to me in that moment. So but I think that those two for sure were confirmed for me.
Right. Do you think in the in the long term projects or the long term things, is it almost like you don't feel accomplished, or I'd say this just generally, you don't feel accomplished until it's over, not like with each like kind of step along the way, if that makes sense? Or is it almost sometimes it's like, nope, it ain't gonna be done until it's done, if that makes sense?
More of a it's not done till it's done kind of person. Yeah. It's hard for me to just be like, cuz in my head I feel it then makes me worried that I'm going to slack off on it. So I guess I do that so that I kind of keep some like pep in my step. Like, yeah, I feel like I be creating my own sense of urgency even when there isn't one. So that's a very interesting question, cuz I'm realizing that about myself in this moment.
Because it doesn't sound like it's keeping you from still showing up. It's more so a way to keep you showing up, to keep you going. And I think with that, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Sometimes you got to find that motivator for yourself. And sometimes it's not, again, sometimes it's not always gonna be like, yes, like I'm so happy and so proud of myself. Like again, it's not always gonna be just like that ultimate positivity. Sometimes it is like I can be honest and say I put together the clips for that Cancun vlog and I like maybe touched it once or twice and that's it. And I know again, I won't feel like again that sense of urgency I need a bit more of to kind of get that going for myself. But I guess kind of just relating it back with the affirmations. But no, because even with YouTube, especially when it comes to YouTube, it's like, okay, you got to edit the video. Then the thumbnail is always super quick, and then you post it and it's super quick. But it's just, that first step is the longest step. But it's also knowing, okay, as long as I take time to do it, to show up for myself, there's gonna be joy at the end. Even even if I really gotta find the joy in the moment, but at least I can focus on the joy in the end and knowing that I'm prepared for it.
So I do feel some sense of accomplishment when I reach certain milestones. It's not all just like it nothing none of this matters till I finish. But I feel like there's still like the wanting of I want to get to the end. Like I want to finish this project. So
Yeah. And again, it's in that not allowing the tasks that have to be done to overwhelm you from continuously to keep going. And again, I think that the affirmation, the that my awareness of my energy helps me prioritize my time. That's gonna be just a big one for me, just really throughout the rest of the month. And just again, it's almost like if I know I want to prioritize my time and edit that vlog, I have to be aware of my energy, but I also have to still show up with the energy that I need to do the things that I need to do. Matt, Maddie James, no, I don't think so.
on there. So she was like, some of the plates can stay and some of the plates would have to come off. And she was talking about how when it comes to life and having various responsibilities, that some things just aren't a priority. And that's just how it goes. Like you're not going to realistically be able to get to everything. And so being able to prioritize based off of your values or based off of your what would give you X, Y, and Z according to whatever your goals are. So whatever would be like for business, like whatever would be a revenue generating activity, whatever that would be, that should be a priority throughout your day for your business. Like every day, there should be some type of sales activity that helps you to sell and make money. And whether that is a post, whether that's reaching out to a lead, whether that is having a conversation, a follow up conversation, whether that's, putting out something where people can comment for the link, but every day you should be doing something that is generating revenue because you're operating a business. And so there may be things that like updating your website that might not be a priority today or this week, especially if it's not stopping you from making money. Or maybe like you got a kid and the kid's sick. And so it's like, okay, I still gotta do what I can to with the capacity that I have to run this business, but I also gotta tend to this child and take them and X, Y, and Z. And so that means that there are certain things that are not going to be able to be on that list of priorities because one of my values is my relationships or my family, or my another one of my values is my peace. So making decisions based off of what your values are, what your motivations are, and then also what you like literally have the energy to do, and how it's more it when you are focusing and prioritizing those things, it's easier to go to bed at night being okay with the things that didn't get checked off the list because you prioritize the things that were values to you. And so I feel like for you, one of yours right now is your health. So you getting up and doing something that is either getting your body moving, or even like these sessions where we're like, debriefing and just kind of like, releasing things and prioritizing our mental and emotional health. And or even like, your Pilates in the morning, you're now shifting the things that you do and making choices based off of your priorities and what you value. And so if there's something that doesn't get done, if it's not a value or a priority for you in this season, then it's okay if that doesn't make it on the list. So I love that she mentioned it, because I felt like that also was kind of like further confirming, even though I didn't feel like I needed to necessarily confirm it. Like I believe that affirmation when I wrote it, because I only got so much energy to give. But okay. But I did like that. I love when people are on the same page and they just share it from different perspectives, but we're all approaching the same topic. I think that that's dope. So, yeah,
Like, that really just really strengthens my belief in like thought frequencies, and how it's just like you can be thinking something and like other people can just like, and it's like, oh my god, did they copy? And it's like, no, like we're just in that thought frequency. Yeah. Like literally connected. Oh man, there's something that you had just touched on. I think it's in that by knowing your priorities, you're able to give yourself grace in the things that you don't do. And again, just knowing that, hey, I showed up in the things that matter the most for me right now. And again, I think this kind of goes back to almost how, we talked about embracing the different seasons of my relationship with God, embracing the different seasons of how I prioritize things in my life too. Because literally, like 6 months ago, waking up early, uh, uh, who? Not me at all. But again, in that being clear and being honest of what matters most to you, it allows you to create the life that allows you to feel your best in the things that you need to show up in as well too. Yeah, so that's big. I love that. Man. So for today's last day of perception, man, I'm kind of, because I know that was kind of a carryover from yesterday's conversation. So as I lean into today, Friday, June 13th, I don't know. I think one thing that's really coming up is just kind of going back a little bit, just that matter of just the importance of community and how community makes me better, collaboration makes me better, connection with others makes me better. And again, I have always felt this natural independence, but just because, but also I'm like, is it a natural independence or was it a learned independence, you know?
the question.
Mm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being independent. I do think that it's when it's like hyper independent. I think that's where, like, I think that we should all have some sense of independence, but
It's like I didn't do it right if I did it with others, or it's like I should have like that. It's almost that, yeah, that's the bad independence, I guess. Bad independence.
do it myself. Like, I'll just take care of it myself. I'll do it myself because I'm not gonna get the help that I need in time, or I work better alone. I feel like I say that like to myself a lot. Or I can get it done faster by myself. Or even sometimes just being disappointed in working with people and not and being afraid to do things with them out of fear that they're gonna let me down.
So I guess, so I guess from that, I would say that I need to be more open and receptive to opportunities of being in community with others.
Mm, mm, I think that mine is more of an encouragement to keep going, especially with with the the routine that I have been operating on this week. I feel like when I have challenges, I show up, and I want to be able to show up after the challenge too. And so I want to be able to continue the work, and I want to I want to I want this to become a habit, even though it hurts. Like I can feel my body being like, no, don't do it. But I feel like I've been able to do more of what I enjoy this week and still work. And it's weird because it still doesn't feel like I've accomplished everything that I want to, but it has felt more balanced. And it literally it is like bothering me that I'm agreeing to this, but it really because I'm not a big morning person. Even getting up this early and talking to people is crazy to me. Like it is wild. I do not want to talk for like the first 3 hours of being awake. But I don't necessarily have to get on live, but I have been feeling just like it's been a good routine for me to have. And so I basically continuing the work, continuing the routine.
Is I need to stay encouraged to stay consistent with what is right for me. Cause Cause again, sometimes look, when I do that Pilates board workout, it don't always feel good, but I know it's right. And especially in that, again, with everything you do, it's like building that muscle, continuing to show up, continue to write your morning pages, continues to, allow yourself that time to just pour into your cup that first thing in the morning, And I think especially you are naturally someone, Jada, that even just you being you, you give so much of yourself to others, and just in the way that you naturally speak, in the way that you convey yourself, in the way that you talk with others too. And I hope that you've been able to see from these affirmation challenges This, that. Okay, I did something for Jada before I showed up for somebody else first, because you deserve that. You're welcome. Of course. Man. So, again, y'all, as a repetition for today's perception, we need to be more open and receptive to opportunities of being in community. We need to stay encouraged to stay consistent with what is right for us. And now, as we shift into the affirmations that will affirm the truth of who we are, I think I kind of taken from my comment. I show up. Do I want to say I show up as my best self when I'm in community, or just I am my best when I am in community with others? I am my best. I am my best when in community with others. Beautiful. Mm.
Community, I believe that it's also it also be good to have one that speaks to the kind of community that you have, or what it does for you. Like, um I am in community that pours into me and encourages me to be the best that I can be, or who encourages my goals or my dreams, or who supports my dreams. um Something along those lines.
Hmm. What do I want to say? Almost. I am in community, or my community provides the encouragement I need to keep going towards my dreams. Or is it just as simple as my community provides a support system for my dreams and goals? I don't even know what the first one I said was. or mm, or maybe it's I'm grateful to be connected with people who support my dreams and goals. I am grateful to be connected with people who support my dreams and goals. Mm, I like that. I'm my best when in community with others. I'm grateful to be connected with people who support my dreams and goals. Shifting to that, staying encouraged to stay consistent. I feel like my routine aligns me with the best version of myself. My routine aligns me with the best version of myself. And then I think more is I think just really for ourselves, especially like I want to continue to wake up early next week, even if it. I can see myself doing maybe like one, maybe two early morning lives, consistent, week. Um, but even with that,
You said this one just kind of like on a whim, but I show up for myself before showing up for anybody else.
and then I think the last one I would say is I want us to. My consistency encourages me to keep going. I, these are some good ones for our last day. Oh man. All right, Jada, would you like to recap for us real quick?
And that we showed up for ourselves before showing up for anybody else this week, and needing the encouragement to keep going and to be consistent in it, because it really is like important for us. Like it's the plug for real. So the affirmations that we created for this one: I am my best when in community with others. I am grateful to be connected with people who support my dreams and goals. My routine aligns with the best version of myself. I show up for myself before showing up for anybody else. My consistency encourages me to keep going. And those are our affirmations for the day.
Grateful for the way we will confirm these affirmations with our actions. I'm so happy and grateful for the consistency we have built this week that we will take into next week and the weeks to come. I'm so happy and grateful to be in community with you, Jada. And I am so happy and grateful that we have finished another challenge.
Thanks.
At this point, maybe that needs to be just our thing, you know?
Yeah, lifetime.
Right. Well, love bugs, this has been such a joy. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself that I was able to show up each day this week. I'm proud of you, Jada. Thank you to everyone that has been able to follow along and join in this challenge. That's the beauty of YouTube. These replays will be here for you whenever you need it.
Morning. Listen to them day by day and do your affirmations with us. Go do your writing with us. Allow this to be your morning routine for a while, and come back and let us know how it worked out for you, because you really like, it's not just hype. Like, we're not coming up on here exaggerating anything that we're talking about. I don't even have the energy to try to make up stuff this early. So it really is, it really is something that can benefit you. So yeah, go back, watch the replays. I'll have to create maybe like a podcast playlist for YouTube. And then Yeah. Okay, y'all. So we have our socially awkward hour coming up June 25th. We are going to be at Lush Cosmetics and we're going to be making our own skincare products, hair care products. If you've never been to Lush before or heard of Lush, it is all like handmade, natural products that feel so good on your skin, but they're also just fun. They have bath bombs, they're in all these cool shapes and colors. When you walk into the store itself just smells so good. And so we're going to be bringing a group of people to Lush and we're going to be making our own products. We'll have free reign of the store, and the theme is ethereal, fairy, futuristic. I might have mixed up the order on that, but ethereal, fairy, futuristic. That is the theme. So coming in as a fairy, yeah, yeah, that's what we want. And just having fun, meeting cool people that are like you, who are a little quirky, a little different, who maybe love creating. I find that the people that I tend to attract are either already creatives or entrepreneurs in some sense or have a desire to be. And so if you've been looking for a space, a community with people like that, then you would really enjoy hanging out with us. So if you want to join us, the information is going to be in the description box. I'll drop it once this live is over, and go and come and check it out for those that are in the DMV area. So we're going to be in Tyson's Corner, the Lush in Tyson's Corner. So yeah, come hang out with us. I can't wait to see more of you, just connect with you in person. And I'm thinking if that's the last thing that I want to share. Oh, the last thing that we didn't get to talk about before Kayla left is the affirmation guide. So the off the page affirmation guide is what we have been working through, the framework that we've been working through this week when it comes to affirmations. So if you get the guide, you'll learn how to write affirmations like Kayla does. And what we did this week was just her basically like walking through it with me each week and like working with me. And so if you enjoyed this, if you felt like you have been able to actually write affirmations that matter to you and that apply to you, then you'll definitely want to join us. Join us. You would definitely want to pick up your copy of it. You can go to the link in her bio or in her description box, or you can go to kaylatheangel.com and you can purchase your copy of it. It is a digital copy, so you'll get it right away, and go through your affirmations, work through it, because you have things that are in your head that you want to do and you want to accomplish, but you also have things in your head that might be actively working against your goals and your dreams. And so being able to recognize them and reframe those thoughts is something that's a really important practice to have. And that's really what affirmations are about. So make sure you check out the guide. If you're not already following Kayla or subscribed to her, make sure you are subscribed. And that's it, y'all. Y'all have a good Friday. I am so grateful that you are here. And if you were here with us throughout the week, I'm so grateful that you showed up with us every day this week. And we'll see you in the next one, whatever that is. It sounds like we're going to probably come up with another challenge at some point. So if you want to be a challenge queen too, then you can join us as well. But y'all be good, stay safe, have a great weekend. Bye.